that's how it goes. You never ever know about the NWO. Deep behind enemy lines of the New World Order for August 21st, 2020. Today's top headlines. New clues into deep earthquake mystery. Is the Earth transition zone deforming like the upper mantle? More Earth changes and geopolitical upheaval, and another update to the New World Order from the No Link News Desk. Move over, haarptards. You'll not see this news or earthquake prediction from Doomsday Dutchie's magic 3D earthquake crystal ball first. So in case you miss it, or want to wait and see sloppy seconds from Doomsday Dutchie, let's get to the science of things today. I've got a lot of things for today's show to pack in and add up into the mix, so, bear with me. Back in 1998, on Coast to Coast AM, I heard Mitch Battros talk about space weather, and it fascinated me, and I'm now up to speed learning all about how this galaxy, sun, Earth connection all plays into the big picture. Mitch Battros came out with this shocking space weather equation, and it went something like this. The scientific community denied that this is actually occurring, but for me, it sunk right in. Now most of the mainstream science is now getting up to speed with this 1998 Mitch Battros equation. Sunspots. The more sunspots, the sun gets more active. These sunspots produce solar flares, or CMEs. They travel across space. These solar flares that are highly energetic charged particles of energy. And they whack the Earth's magnetic field, causing it to shift and do all kinds of crazy things in deep. You understand what I'm saying? Doomsday Dutchie, deep inside Earth. Yeah. This shifting magnetic field causes the oceans to shift, the jet stream currents to shift. Thus, this charged particles from solar flares triggers extreme weather and human disruption. This was Mitch Battros' 1998 equation, and today the equation was expanded to include earthquakes. Doomsday dumbass Dutchie. So, to take credit for all this, you must have to, have your head stuck up your ass, because you're not the only one on the planet that's been predicting earthquakes on YouTube. Okay? Yeah. So breaking today, I see Dutchie's now still trying to pull his fucking magic fucking earthquake crystal ball predictions out his ass again, and trying to describe how deep earthquakes trigger earthquakes on the surface. Well, it's the other way around, dumbass. Okay, today's top headline. Let's get into the news. Strong deep undersea earthquake shakes Indonesia. Okay, let's move over here and show you what this headline is. Yeah. Transition over here. There we go. Yeah. There's the headline. The 6.9 magnitude earthquake was centered more than 627 kilometers under the sea. What's that work out into? In United States mileage? Yeah, the 6.9 earthquake, Dutchie, was 389 miles under the ocean. And that didn't cause any damage and less damage on the surface. These deep earthquakes are a fascinating thing, but dumbass Dutchie still hasn't a clue that the earthquake centered 220 kilometers, or approximately 136 miles, southeast of Katabu in southwest Sulawesi Province. The Indonesian Meteorological, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency released no tsunami warning. Why is it that a deep earthquake doesn't produce any seismic waves on its surface to trigger an earthquake or a major tsunami? So, let me go over here and bring you into the latest. To show you exactly here on the USGS, latest earthquakes that occurred. All right, slide this over here like that. See that? Yeah. I'll show you where the 6.9 was today. Wow. The shake map. Oh, hardly anybody feeling much didn't feel it, Dutchie. So these deep earthquakes, we're going to go into this here with this latest developing news today at my news desk. Yeah. We'll go in here and show you. That Indonesia, a vast archipelago and of 260 million people, is frequently struck by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis because of its location, dumbass Dutchie, along the Ring of Fire. But who am I to point out all these earthquakes you forecast seem to always be in the same places and the same Ring of Fire? Like everybody doesn't know this shit yet. And these fault lines are in the Pacific Basin. Despite its clear origin in fiction, many people over the centuries have claimed that there must be some truth behind the myth speculating about where Atlantis would be found. Countless Atlantis experts have located the lost continent all around the world based on the same set of facts. Furthermore, plate tectonics demonstrate that Atlantis is impossible. As the continents have drifted, the seafloor has spread over time, not contracted. There would simply be no place for Atlantis to sink into, geologists say. It is clear there could have been no large surface of land that sank in an area where Plato places Atlantis. Together, modern archaeology and geology provide an ambiguous verdict that there was no Atlantic continent, that there was no great civilization called Atlantis. The Atlantis legend had been kept alive, fueled by public's imagination and fascination with the idea of hidden, long-lost utopia. Yet, the lost city of Atlantis was never lost. It is where it always was. written in books. So now let's move on to today's latest news. This dystopian animation show, Japan Sinks 2020, is getting turned into a film. And this, according to the show's director, Masaki Yasuo, has decided to compile the harrowing 10-episode Netflix series into a feature-length animation film. The film will be called Japan Sinks 2020.
Yeah, hey, hey, let's get it. さあ始めよう。ここに集まった日本人、俺たち同じ船に乗った生き残り。 What's going on? 溜め込むのはナンセンス。吐き出しな全部その心の内。Yo!
ラップとか無理だよ。
おいおいおい、無理とかここじゃ通用しねえ。俺たちには道も大地も時間もねえ。その不満吐き出せ、Come on!
It is scheduled to be released in Japan on November 13th. Japan Sinks 2020 premiered on Netflix in July, causing it to trend on Twitter as net citizens could not stop reaching or reacting to the grueling events. Doomsday dutchies missed all this? Oh, imagine that. All them Japanese volcanoes erupting and all them deep earthquakes. Yeah, maximum depth earthquakes. Imagine that.
Japan Sinks 2020 to be compiled into an anime film. Dystopian anime show Japan Sinks 2020 is getting turned into a film. According to Crunchyroll, the show's director Masaaki Yuasa has decided to compile the harrowing 10-episode Netflix series into a feature-length anime film. The film will be called Japan Sinks 2020 Theatrical Edition, Shitsumanaki Bo, named after the song sung in the 9th episode. It is scheduled to release in Japan on November 13th. Japan Sinks 2020 premiered on Netflix in July, causing it to trend on Twitter as netizens couldn't stop reacting to the grueling events. Viewers were also overjoyed to see a Filipina character in the show. The anime series follows the Muto family as they attempt to escape Tokyo after a major earthquake strikes Japan. The story is based on the best-selling novel written by Sakio Komatsu in 1973. JCB GMA News.
ちょっとしたことが生死を分けるんだ。
これは普通の地震じゃないの。
早く逃げろ。
一緒に行こうよ。
それでも僕らは
私のいる場所はここだから。
前を向く。
みんなのいる場所が私の場所だから。
日本沈没2020。
必ず戻ってくる。みんなでな。
So there you go, Doomsday Disinfo Dumbass Dutchie, just only on Netflix, just to, just to irritate your latest egomaniac asshole seismic pressure transfer theory bullshit. Yeah, this should disturb you quite well as we now move on to the latest and moving transition. Yeah. Of maximum earthquakes in deep locations. So what we have here is, let me switch over type abstract. Okay, there's a study out this week. The brittle plastic transition, earthquakes, temperatures, and strain rates. So, Dutchie, this latest study, well, it's actually published April 30th. But, needless to say, EOS Magazine wrote an article on it this week, August 20th, yesterday. The strain rate, the overlooked control of earthquake depth. The regional strain rate may play a significant role as temperatures in governing the depth distribution of earthquakes in mantle lithosphere. So, abstract. Let's take and do an abstract just to show how dumbass Dutchie. My impression, just to give you a summary, is that as the plates slide over each other and dive deep down into Earth, we still have earthquakes deep into Earth, Dutchie, as these plates are 600 some kilometers still under the crust. And I'm going to show you how this all fits in, but as the pressures of the oceans and push down, it's not seismic pressure, dumbass. It's gravity. Gravitational forces, yeah, causing the pressures to trigger heat and things to melt, yeah. Turning it into plastic, they're saying. The continent and the tectonic plates are turning into fucking molten plastic. Brittle plastic. Yeah. Brittle, molten plastic. Yeah. So how does this all fit in? All right. Well, I'm going to look and see how the Earth's transition zone deforming like the upper mantle. In a recently published paper in Earth Planetary Science Letters, maximum depths of earthquakes in different settings are commonly thought to lie within the transition of many kilometers in width from the brittle deformation. Okay, yeah. Let's switch off to this. And let's see, bring it up to this. And transition over to this. Yeah. Now, many kilometers below the surface, there is a review of both which shows the deformation of tectonically active regions and highest strain rates in regions where movement of magma affects strain rates and temperatures are especially high. Although interplate earthquakes appear to occur in oceanic lithospheres only where colder than 600 degrees Celsius. In tectonically active regions where strain rates are several orders of magnitude higher than the interplate settings, earthquakes occur where temperatures exceed 600 degrees Celsius and perhaps 800 degrees Celsius. The temperature cutoff increases by negative 100 degrees Celsius as strain rates increase by negative 2 to a 2.5 order of magnitude. Nowhere, Dutchie, does this study say that it's like squeezing an orange and the frickin' orange juices are coming up through the surface of the orange skin. No, it's talking about that the strain of these causes the temperatures to decrease, and combined with laboratory flow laws and high temperature creep, they can place a tight constraint on a third of these quantities. At the same time, the pattern of higher temperatures at higher strain rates follows general forms of power law, and perils creep that are appropriate for lithospheric conditions. You know what all this science stuff means, Dutchie? Regional strain rates may play a significant role as the temperature in governing the depth distribution of earthquakes in the mantle lithosphere. I'll say that again. Regional strain rate may play a significant role as the temperature governing the body distribution of earthquakes in the mantle lithosphere. What does that look like? Oh. Does that mean there's a supervolcano at the North Pole, Dutchie? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Mount Dutchie. Still haven't seen no frickin' damn ass fucking volcano cone building yet up there. No proof of it, but hey, dumbass Dutchie. He thinks them earthquakes deep underground somehow percolate all over the planet and trigger even bigger earthquakes. The dumbass. No, these are still the plates of up above that have sunken down below. Yeah. And are being pressured from above and are melting. Yeah, let's get this diagram. The dynamo shows how the magma rises. It's not seismic activity, it's magma. Molten lava, molten core. And the current circulate and cause it to go, and it gets to the surface, it cools. In a recently published paper in Earth and Planetary Science Letters, researchers from the Geodynamics Research Center, Eheim University and University of Lille combine numerical modeling of dislocation glide. Yeah, you see the plates are gliding. And a result from diffusion experiments to revisit the rheology of wadset, ringwoodite, and majorite garnet under geological strain rates across the transition zone of Earth's mantle based on theoretically plasticity modeling. Plasticity modeling, yeah. Basically, the Earth's fucking tectonic plates are turning into rubber, plastic. Don't you ever tell you this shit yet? So he's forecasting plastic earthquakes rattling the earth deep below. Extended earthquakes in the mantle lithosphere is thought to be controlled primarily by temperature. Not by seismic pressure, but by temperature, dumbass disinfo Dutchie. So, however, using a review of seismicity from different regions, the strain rate is also a primary factor, as predicted by experimental flow laws. The strain rate. You ever use that yet, Dutchie? Or the thermal structure of deep lithosphere is poorly constrained. Thermal models provide crude temperature estimates at depths, while seismicity is used as thermal proxy, under the common assumption that the base of seismogenic zones occurs at about 600 degrees Celsius based on yield strength envelopes and position of temperatures at the brittle to plastic transition for a standard tectonic strain rate. So laboratory experiments demonstrate that the depth and temperature of this transition should also depend on the strain rate. Lots of seismic pressure that's percolating across the planet. Gonna come up somewhere over in fucking California, dumbass. No, the Indonesia fucking deep earthquake isn't going to trigger more earthquakes around the surface. But, you know, you got a bunch of 400,000 dumbasses that believe your dumbass shit, dumbass disinfo dutchie. So difficult to get them to believe anything because you're a fucking liar when it comes to observation on deep earthquakes. Yeah, tectonic active regions in different environments suggests that earthquakes may occur at temperatures significantly higher than 600 degrees Celsius, as predicted by experimentally derived flaw laws. And dumbass Dutchie still got his fucking seismic pressure transfer earthquake theory bullshit so far stuffed up everybody's ass. He's got his head stuffed up his ass so far, he don't even see the sunshine. He don't even see the sunshine no more. Pats his, so he strokes his ego with deep earthquakes so he can predict more of them. No, that's not how it works, dumbass. We're predicting earthquakes by the temperature now. By the temperature of the lithosphere. You get it there, dumbass Dutchie? Not by the pressure, but by the temperature. Who are you to fucking forecast earthquakes, you fucking earthquake fraud? Here it is, right here on fucking Science Central. We're giving you the fucking latest fucking news. Yeah. You're too stupid. You're too stupid to see it, Dutchie, because you don't read scientific literature. No, you don't read scientific papers or scientific studies. Not one bit. Here's another study for you, Dutchie. Here's another study for you. Yeah. Want another study? How about another one that proves you're a fucking dumbass earthquake forecasting fraud, huh? How about this one right here? We'll just switch over to this one, yeah. There's transition zone, deforming like the upper mantle. Or this one, how about this one? The brittle plastic transition earthquake temperatures and strain rates. Well, the greatest thing about this is the new clues to deep earthquakes. Yeah, these new deep earthquakes have clues Dutchie had no clue about. Understanding what drives them. So the new way that drives them is deep earthquakes occur in subduction zones where one of the tectonic plates floating on the surface of the earth dives under another and is subducted into the mantle. Within the sinking slabs of the crust, earthquake clusters at some depths are sparse than others. For example, today's earthquake was 389 miles under the sea. Today's earthquake. So the gaps in seismicity line up with regions of the slab that are deforming more slowly in numerological models. So to investigate deep earthquakes, Dutchie, rather than trying to make everybody understand your bullshit fucking nonsense, where the plates bend downward in the subduction zones. So here's how it works, Dutchie. Those deep earthquakes, you're wondering, are the plates still colliding deep under the earth? Here. I guess I'm just have to show you how that plot and model distributes earthquakes and how it turns to fucking plastic. Here, just sit back and enjoy, huh? There's how deep earthquakes work, Dutchie. The plates are moving deep underground where the temperatures exceed 600 degrees Celsius, causing these plates to turn into plastic and melt. But go ahead. Keep making money off your fucking clickbait bullshit, dumbass doomsday dutchie, because we've got you all figured out. You're a fucking fraud, and you're a fucking greedy ass mofo clickbait artist. That's all you are. Trying to show us how flipping deep earthquakes trigger more earthquakes on other places around the fucking ring of fire. So both this geophysical, geological, new ocean bottom seismometer readings likely hold the clue to better exploit and understand the limitations of laboratory results applied to natural systems at much larger scales. They would also help to address the question of how to link strain rates over wide spatial and temporal scales. I am Never Know, Patriot Broadcasting and Liberty Tree Radio field reporter number 8510. God bless the Republic. Death to the New World Order. We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. We shall prevail.